Welcome to Oman, a land of vast deserts, towering mountains that touch the clouds and endless coastlines. Right now, we are in the middle of a golden desert, and you can see countless camels walking silently. And that is just the beginning of the wonders. Behind that wild appearance is an Oman full of surprises with unique stories that not everyone knows. If other Arab countries are like new pages opening in history, Oman is an ancient epic, standing firmly in the flow of time. Known as the Switzerland of the Middle East, Oman has long managed to remain neutral and enjoy relative peace and calm in a region mired in turmoil and conflict. From as early as the 8th century, Oman established a self-governing system under tribal councils and imams. A political identity that endured while empires rose and fell around it. Empires came and went. The Portuguese occupied its ports, the British extended their influence across the seas, yet Oman never surrendered its sovereignty. Oman maintained its independence through a strategy of endurance and negotiation, grounded in a profound awareness of its cultural identity. In an age where other nations seek progress through conflict and ambition, Oman has chosen to preserve the tranquil nature that has defined its spirit. In a global context where income tax systems are the common norm, Oman stands out with a unique fiscal model. Here, citizens pay no personal income tax, a rarity in the modern world, and yet another reflection of the country's distinctive philosophy of governance. Rather than drawing from the pockets of its people, Oman sustains itself through its natural resources: oil, gas, and the strategic investments of state enterprises. Public health care, education, and infrastructure are maintained not through heavy taxation, but through careful stewardship and national foresight. It is a model built on equilibrium. In this balance between prosperity and humility, Oman reveals yet another facet of its identity: a nation that values quiet sufficiency over visible opulence and collective well-being over personal accumulation. If one day you come to Oman, you will see that in Oman the sky is wide open, unobstructed, and not obscured by skyscrapers. Unlike Dubai or Doha, Qatar, places famous for their sparkling high-rise buildings, Oman says no to ostentatious modern architecture. The Omani government enforces strict limits on building height, not out of limitation, but out of respect. Respect for the mountains that cradle Muscat, the sea that frames its edge, and the architectural heritage that has defined this land for centuries. Oman is proud to be the home of premium frankincense, particularly in the southern Dhofar region. For thousands of years, this precious aromatic resin has been known as the white gold of Arabia and has played a central role in the economy, culture, and religious ceremonies. Dhofar is the source of the world's finest frankincense, a testament to a unique heritage that has shaped the country's identity. Against a landscape carved by sun and silence, the people of Oman built something extraordinary: a river beneath the desert. The Falaj system, a network of underground channels carved through rock and sand, carries water from distant mountain springs to farms and villages across the desert. For more than 2,000 years, these channels have sustained communities, turning barren land into fertile oases. Recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site, the Falaj stands as a symbol of Omani ingenuity and harmony with nature. In the symphony of the modern Middle East, Muscat strikes a unique note, a song of silence and unadulterated identity. Not chasing the skyscrapers or the bright neon lights, the capital of Oman stands as a proud guardian of its heritage. Where every street and every structure tells the story of a glorious history and a deep culture. Yet Muscat is more than a beautiful city. It is the political, cultural, and spiritual heart of Oman. From its royal palaces and government halls to its mosques, museums, and seaside neighborhoods, the city unites the nation's soul in one place. Let Muscat take you on a journey to discover the authentic, unpretentious beauty of Arabia. In the heart of Muscat, a grand structure stands tall, a majestic architectural statement. It is a majestic symbol, a profound affirmation of faith, and a testament to the grand vision that shaped modern Oman. It is the Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque. A gift from His Majesty Sultan Qaboos to his people on the 30th anniversary of his reign, the mosque embodies the nation's devotion, unity, and timeless respect for beauty and balance. Set against the rugged backdrop of the Al-Hajar Mountains, the mosque rises from a landscape of white marble and desert light. From a distance, its gleaming dome and slender minarets seem to float above the city, visible from almost every corner of Muscat. The approach itself feels ceremonial. Palm-lined walkways and sunlit fountains lead toward vast marble courtyards where silence replaces sound. Around the complex, gardens unfold in perfect balance, their symmetry mirroring the calm order of faith. While shaded arcades offer quiet refuge from the desert heat, a reflection of the Omani spirit of openness and peace. Capable of welcoming nearly 20,000 worshippers at once, it harmoniously blends the architectural traditions of Arab, Persian, and Indian Islam, creating an atmosphere that is both majestic and serene. Inside the main prayer hall lies one of the mosque's most extraordinary treasures, a hand-woven carpet once recognized as the largest in the world. Weighing nearly 21 tons and composed of over 1.7 billion individual knots, it took more than 4 years of meticulous work by Iranian artisans to complete. Above it hangs an awe-inspiring Swarovski crystal chandelier, rising over 45 feet and weighing around 17,600 pounds. A constellation of light that fills the hall with quiet radiance. The grand dome, supported by 5 towering pillars symbolizing the 5 pillars of Islam, draws the eye upward, where light and geometry merge into pure harmony. As sunlight filters through the stained glass and glides across the marble floor, the mosque feels alive, serene, weightless, that words cannot contain. In the heart of Old Muscat, the Al Alam Palace stands as a modern emblem of Omani grace and royal dignity. Rebuilt under the reign of Sultan Qaboos, it reflects his vision of a nation rooted in tradition, yet open to the future. Its facade of royal blue and gold glows under the Arabian sun. The architecture combines modern geometry with traditional Arab motifs, creating a harmony that feels both regal and inviting. Stretching along the Muscat Bay, the Mutra Corniche is often called the most beautiful seaside promenade in the capital. This 2-mile coastal road links Mutra with Old Muscat, curving between the blue sea and rugged mountains. On one side, waves glimmer under the sun. On the other, rows of whitewashed houses and old merchant buildings echo the charm of Arabia's seafaring past. A landscape where ocean, city, and stone seem to breathe together. At its center lies Mutra Souk, Oman's oldest and most storied marketplace. For centuries, it served as a trading hub connecting Arabia, Persia, India, and East Africa. Its alleys alive with the movement of goods and the meeting of cultures. Inside, narrow wooden-roofed passages glow under soft golden light. The air is thick with the fragrance of frankincense, sandalwood, and spices, like a scene from 1001 Nights. Here, merchants sell silver jewelry, hand-woven carpets, pashmina shawls, lanterns, essential oils, Omani daggers, and countless handmade crafts. Mutra Souk is a living echo of Oman's trading soul, a place where the scent of the past lingers in every corner, and the rhythm of life continues much as it has for centuries. Think you know everything there is to know about Middle Eastern landscapes? Think again. Just a short drive from Muscat takes you to Wadi Shab, one of Oman's most captivating natural wonders, where unspoiled beauty meets natural sophistication. From the outside, it appears as a dry, rugged canyon. But venture deeper, and the landscape transforms. Cliffs give way to turquoise pools. Swaying palms, and streams of crystal water winding through limestone walls. Hidden within the valley is a secret waterfall inside a cave, reached only by swimming through a narrow crevice. A reward that feels both mystical and serene. Oman's magical turquoise sinkhole. On the beautiful coastal road of Oman, the unthinkable happened. In the middle of the arid landscape, a giant sinkhole suddenly appeared, bringing with it the legend of a falling star. That is the Bima sinkhole. Nestled within Hawiyat Najm Park, this natural wonder was formed when layers of limestone collapsed, revealing a pool of dazzling turquoise water. Locals once believed a falling star had struck the earth here, giving the park its name, Hawiyat Najm, meaning the falling star. Today, sturdy stone steps and pale yellow stone walls hug the sparkling pool below. The water changes color throughout the day, from emerald green to deep blue, reflecting the desert sun above. Anyone who comes here wants to immerse themselves in the water to swim, let themselves drift and stop in the silence, surrounded by the gentle echoes of the rocks. It feels almost unreal, a hidden paradise beneath the surface of a harsh land. If all of Oman is a story, then Dhofar is its most unexpected and unbelievable chapter. This is not a place of white sand and scorching sun, but a land covered in the mystical Khareef mist, transforming the landscape into a lush green paradise. From June to September, dry mountains turn emerald green, veiled in mist and cool breezes, a landscape that feels more like the highlands of Europe than the deserts of the Middle East. Dhofar is a bridge between Arabia and East Africa. Its proximity to Yemen, Somalia, and Zanzibar has shaped a rich blend, seen in its cuisine flavored with coconut and spice, in its rhythmic drumming, and in its coastal architecture washed in white and turquoise. At the heart of Dhofar lies Salalah, a city that feels like a dream made real, lush, fragrant, and utterly unlike anywhere else in the Middle East. Each year, the brief touch of the Khareef monsoon drapes the land in mist. But Salalah's magic lasts far beyond the season. It is the cradle of frankincense. The white gold that once carried Oman's name across ancient trade routes and into temples and palaces around the world. Here grows the Boswellia sacra, the rare tree whose resin produces the finest frankincense on earth. A fragrance long considered the soul of Oman itself. In the hills outside the city, its pale trunks stand against green valleys, as if time itself still bends to their sacred rhythm. A short journey east leads to Wadi Shab, where waterfalls cascade down limestone cliffs into jade-green lakes, surrounded by palms and soft mist rising from the valley. The air is cool and alive with the sound of falling water, echoing through the hills like a quiet hymn of renewal. Along the banks, camels wander through the green, grazing lazily beneath the drifting clouds. Even creatures of the desert find peace where water flows. To the west lies Muscat Beach, where cliffs meet the Arabian Sea and waves burst through natural blowholes with the sound of thunder. Mist rises from the surf like breath from the earth, carrying the scent of salt and rain. Salalah exists in silence and fragrance, a cross between rain and sand, past and present, where Oman is filled with color. Formed between sea and rock, Sumhuram endures as a relic of Oman's golden age, a port where the fragrance of frankincense carries the story of Arabia to the world. From the 3rd century BCE to the 6th century CE, this fortified city stood as a gateway of the frankincense route, linking Oman to Egypt, Rome, Persia, and India. Recognized as part of the UNESCO World Heritage Land of Frankincense, Sumhuram stands as living proof of Oman's role in shaping one of history's most valuable trade networks. It was here that caravans from the Dhofar Mountains brought their precious resin, Oman's white gold, to be traded across the ancient world. Built by the Kingdom of Hadramaut in today's Yemen, Sumhuram once controlled the flow of incense from Dhofar's sacred groves, turning Oman into a prosperous commercial and cultural center with strong influence across the civilizations of the time. Even now, its stone walls, gates, and storage chambers remain visible, weathered yet enduring, standing as silent witnesses to a time when the scent of frankincense was more precious than gold. Nizwa Fort, the defensive heart of ancient Oman. If there is one place that holds the key to the survival of an entire kingdom, guarded by traps and impossibly fortified, it is Nizwa Fort. Behind its majesty, each wall is a chilling warning to intruders, and a lesson in strategy that remains as valuable as ever. Built in the 17th century under the rule of Imam Sultan bin Saif al-Yarubi, the leader who expelled the Portuguese from Oman. The fort took 12 years to complete, a feat of endurance and architectural mastery. More than a military bastion, it was conceived as a symbol of unity and intellect. Its massive cylindrical tower, standing about 112 feet high and nearly 150 feet wide, is one of the largest defensive towers in the entire Arabian Peninsula. The structure is built primarily from mud, brick, and stone, materials chosen for their abundance and ability to keep the interior cool in the harsh desert heat. Every vantage point was calculated. Gun ports of varying sizes were built into the walls, allowing defenders to aim at different heights and directions, ensuring that every approach to the tower was covered. Designed to withstand both siege and time, its walls conceal a labyrinth of chambers, from living quarters and granaries to kitchens, prayer rooms, and study halls, each revealing a fragment of the life that once thrived within. The real strength of Nizwa Fort was its role as the center of Omani domestic administration, being both a fortress of power and a mecca of learning. From the top of the fort, one can catch breathtaking panoramic views of the Oasis and Hajar Mountains. A few steps beyond the fort's stillness lies another world, Nizwa Souk, alive with voices, bargaining, and the scent of incense. This is one of the oldest and most vibrant markets in Oman, where the traditions of the interior have endured for centuries. For generations, this marketplace has been the center of exchange for oasis communities. a meeting point for traders from the mountains, desert, and coast. Here, beneath wooden beams scented with frankincense and dusted with sunlight, merchants trade in dates, silver, spices, pottery, and the famed Omani Khanjar dagger. The symbols of pride, craft, and heritage. Nizwa is known as the silver capital of Oman, and its craftsmen are renowned for creating handmade jewelry and engraved khanjars with patterns passed down through families. Each dagger tells a story of lineage, honor, and identity, its curved blade and silver sheath reflecting both artistry and masculinity. But the soul of Nizwa Souk beats strongest on Friday mornings, when the Friday goat market begins, one of the most authentic cultural scenes in Oman. What really sets this market apart is the absence of women. It is a place reserved for men only. Who come here to bargain, argue, and maintain a long-standing commercial code. Farmers and traders gather in the open courtyard, leading goats, sheep, and cattle in circles, while buyers inspect and bid in a centuries-old ritual of commerce and community. The air fills with calls, movement, and laughter, a rhythm that has changed little through time. It is a place not merely to buy and sell, but to witness how a nation preserves its soul in the everyday. Behind the bustling market and bustling commercial life is Bala Fort, an ancient citadel that seems to have been created from the very land on which it sits. The fortress's walls, cast from sun-baked terracotta, are reminiscent of a time when architecture was breathed into the desert itself. Constructed between the 13th and 14th centuries by the Bani Naban tribe, rulers of the region for nearly 5 centuries. Bala Fort stands as a masterpiece of earthen engineering. Each curve of its ramparts and each shadowed corridor reveals the astonishing skill of ancient Omani builders. Who transformed simple materials into enduring beauty. Recognized by UNESCO in 1987 as Oman's very first World Heritage Site, Bala Fort became a testament to both the fragility and resilience of human creation. For decades, it lay abandoned, its mud brick towers slowly surrendering to time and sand. Then came a restoration effort that spanned almost 20 years, a labor of devotion completed in the early 2000s, reviving the fortress to its solemn majesty. From the cracks of time, Bala Fort rises majestically from the desert. More than just a structure of stone and clay, it is a living testament to faith and craftsmanship. To the east, a breathtaking sight appears. Jebel Castle, a living testament to the fact that timeless beauty can overcome all forces, a place where art, wisdom, and devotion converge. Built in the 17th century during the reign of Imam bil-Arab bin Sultan al-Ya'arubi, one of the most enlightened rulers of Oman's Ya'aruba dynasty. Unlike other fortresses raised for defense, this castle was conceived as a royal residence and a seat of learning, a sanctuary where the mind could flourish as freely as the desert wind. In its sun-drenched courtyards and shady corridors, debates transformed Jebel into a living institution of the Oman Golden Age. Jebel's architecture mirrors both discipline and beauty, built primarily of stone, sun-baked mud mixed with straw and palm wood. It stands 3 stories tall, with 2 great gates, round defensive towers, and 44 rooms arranged around an open courtyard. Every dome and mural bears the mark of sophistication, verses in Arabic calligraphy, ceilings painted with delicate floral motifs, and carved wooden doors that open like the pages of an ancient manuscript. This road goes beyond the conventional limits into a completely different world, where colossal peaks rise to meet the earliest sunrises and reveal breathtaking abysses. Rising more than 9,850 feet above sea level, Jebel Shams, the Mountain of the Sun, is the highest peak in Oman, where giant rocks rise up, eroded by wind and time, creating a landscape that looks like another planet. It belongs to the rugged Al-Hajar range. A towering natural wall protects the pristine highlands. Here, the landscape stretches endlessly. And the power of silence envelops your senses, making you feel the pulse of the planet itself. From its summit, the land opens into Wadi Ghul, a staggering chasm known as the Grand Canyon of Arabia. Sheer cliffs plunge hundreds of meters down into the valley floor, where ancient villages cling to the rock like echoes of a forgotten age. As the sun moves, the color of the canyon shifts, from gray to amber to deep violet. Painting a landscape that seems alive with light. The air here is thin and cold even in summer, carrying the scent of dust and distant juniper. Mountain goats roam the craggy cliffs, their calm a lesson in balance and resilience. In the hidden corners of these cliffs lives the Arabian leopard. One of the rarest creatures on Earth, a silent guardian of the mountain, as fierce and patient as the land itself. Revered in Omani culture as a symbol of dignity and endurance. The leopard moves mostly at night, leaving only faint tracks in the dust, a fleeting reminder that wilderness here is still alive, though it hides in silence. High above the rugged Al-Hajar Mountains, where the air turns cool and the desert softens into green, lies Jebel Akhdar, the green mountain known as the Rose Capital of Oman. Unlike the sun-scorched plains below, this plateau enjoys a rare temperate climate, allowing crops to flourish. Each spring, its terraced slopes are covered in a soft blush of damask roses. Their fragrance light yet complex, shaped by the purity of mountain air and water. As dawn breaks, villagers move quietly among the petals, hand-picking each rose before the sun grows harsh. The flowers are then carried to traditional copper distilleries, where they are gently steamed over wood fires, releasing their essence in a process unchanged for centuries. From this ritual come two of Oman's most treasured creations: rosewater used in prayer, hospitality, and daily life. And rose oil, attar, the rare perfume once reserved for royalty and sacred ceremonies. For the people of Jebel Akhdar, this is not merely an industry but a way of preserving beauty and identity. In the cool mountain air, as the scent of roses drifts through the mist, one can feel that this place embodies the very soul of Oman. Pure, patient, and quietly exquisite. Stretching endlessly across eastern Oman, Wahiba Sands, also known as the Sharqiya Desert. unfolds in waves of gold and crimson that shift and shimmer with the changing light. Despite its harsh beauty, this is not an empty land. For centuries, the Bedouin tribes have called it home, living in quiet harmony with the desert's rhythm. Their goat hair tents, woven by hand, rise like dark sails against the dunes. For the Bedouin, the desert is not a barren land of exile. Here, amid the harsh winds and sand, it holds invaluable lessons in patience, sharp memory, and a graceful way of life. For them, life in the desert is simple, but contains a profound virtue. They live in harmony with the flow of time, with the wind blowing through the sand dunes, leading camels to find the source of life like the first Bedouins did, preserving that knowledge through each generation. Camels are not only companions, but also the lifeblood of the desert. They are always calm and resilient. Each breath seems to blend with the breath of the sand wind. For the Bedouin, camels are both a means of transportation and a great bridge between people and this harsh land, a symbol of resilience and preservation of tradition over millennia. Hidden among the mountains northeast of Wahiba Sands lies Wadi Bani Khalid, a place that feels like a secret kept by the desert itself. From the outside, the landscape appears barren, but within its folds flows a miracle, clear, cool water that never fades, even in the height of summer. Fed by natural springs deep in the mountains, the wadi remains alive all year round, its pools so transparent that you can see every pebble beneath the surface. Palms lean over the turquoise water, their reflections trembling in the light, while narrow streams weave quietly through canyons of pale limestone. Here, the desert's silence turns into the sound of life, of water running over rock, of wind in the trees. Along Oman's southern coast lies a landscape so pure it seems almost unreal, the sugar dunes of Al-Khaluf. Here, the sand is unlike anywhere else in Arabia. Soft, fine, and dazzlingly white, its grains so smooth they slip through your fingers like powdered sugar. Under the sun, the dunes reflect light in shifting tones of ivory, cream, and pale gold, a palette that changes with every passing cloud. Set against the deep turquoise backdrop of the Arabian Sea, the dunes feel like two worlds meet, desert and ocean, still and moving. The dunes are modest in height, but the wind has shaped them into soft, endless ridges that undulate like waves. Few places in the Middle East can offer such a sense of tranquil beauty, a space where sound fades into nothingness. The hustle and bustle of the world seems non-existent. Oman Blue Sea Paradise. Off the northern coast of Oman, scattered like pearls across the turquoise sea, lie the Damaniyat Islands. Nine small, uninhabited islands protected as a nature reserve. Here, the water is so clear that the boundary between sea and sky almost disappears. And beneath the surface lies a world of color and quiet movement. The islands are home to vibrant coral reefs, swaying gardens of marine life that make this one of the finest diving destinations in the Middle East. Schools of tropical fish move like ribbons of light. Each year, from late spring to early autumn, green turtles and hawksbill turtles return here to nest, guided by an instinct older than time. Under the soft glow of the moon, the females rise from the sea, their flippers carving slow paths across the sand. They dig deep, perfect hollows in the sand, nests where their eggs will rest safely beneath the warm earth. Then, with slow, deliberate movements, they cover them and return to the sea. Weeks later, under the same moonlight, the hatchlings emerge, tiny and determined, racing toward the waves that will carry them into the open sea. Recognized as a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, the Damaniyat Islands are a sanctuary in every sense, a rare refuge where nature still follows its own rhythm. Off Oman's southeastern coast lies Masira Island, the country's largest island, a place where the world feels untouched, sculpted by strong winds and endless surf. Its beaches stretch for more than 60 miles, a sweep of white, gold, and rose-colored sand where footprints vanish as quickly as the tide. But beneath this solitude unfolds one of nature's most extraordinary rituals. Masira Island is the largest nesting ground in the world for the olive ridley turtle, as well as home to other species such as the green hawksbill and loggerhead turtles. Each year, thousands of females rise from the waves to lay their eggs under the moonlit sand, a spectacle of life that begins in silence. The olive ridley turtle, named for the soft olive hue of its shell, is both fragile and relentless, a traveler of oceans that returns to the same shore where it first saw light. Unlike most sea turtles, they often nest in great synchronized gatherings known as arabadas, where hundreds of females rise from the waves in a single night. Masira remains largely untouched by mass tourism, a sanctuary for both nature and time. There is one place that has always been separated from the rest of the country by another landmass, Musandam, a wild, rugged peninsula that seems to rise straight from the sea. Guarding the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most vital maritime passages, Musandam is both remote and strategic, where geography itself feels like destiny. Known as the Fjords of Arabia or the Norway of the Middle East, this region is carved by deep inlets of turquoise water, surrounded by towering limestone cliffs that plunge nearly 3,000 to 6,500 feet straight into the sea. The result is a landscape of dramatic stillness, a labyrinth of fjords where light shifts constantly between stone and water. From the deck of a traditional wooden dhow, the silence is broken only by the call of seabirds and the splash of bottlenose dolphins racing alongside the bow. Villages cling to the base of cliffs, reachable only by boat, where time seems to move at the pace of the tides. Among them is Kumzar, one of Oman's most isolated communities, whose people speak Kumzari, a rare language blending Arabic, Persian, and Portuguese, a living record of centuries of seafaring contact. History, too, has left its quiet traces here. On a small offshore island, the British built a telegraph station in 1864, a link in the undersea cable connecting India to London. The soldiers stationed there endured months of isolation, facing relentless winds and blinding heat. The psychological strain was so intense that a phrase entered English folklore, going round the bend, meaning to lose one's mind in solitude, testament to the harsh challenges here. After only a few years, the British abandoned the station, leaving the island once more to silence and seabirds. Our adventure through Oman is over, but perhaps it was just the prelude to a change in the way we see the world. From the fairy tales of the sultans to the raw beauty of nature, Oman is still there for you to explore. Thanks for unlocking this door with us. So, where do you want to go next?